Just saw a woman in her 30s who was having anxiety, brain fog, fatigue, dizziness, and just having trouble sleeping and just feeling totally different, like not herself. She has a couple of small kids. We checked her hormone levels, and even though some of the hormones were okay, her master precursor hormone was actually really low, which can contribute to these symptoms. So we started supplementing that. Based on the different, mental health symptoms and the anxiety and the different kinds of panic attacks, we were able to figure out that probably a couple of the stimulating brain neurotransmitters were high. So even without testing those, which is an option, we added in something that helps stabilize those, and she is doing really well with that, so lowering anxiety. And then we did a screening to see if there's any kind of biotoxin exposure. That came back positive. So then we did a mold test, and it was a urine mold test. It came back very positive. All of her symptoms do match up with mold exposure, and mold exposure does cause low master hormones because it's affecting the brain, and mold exposure causes brain inflammation. The brain inflammation actually also affects our ability to burn calories and lose weight because we get something called leptin resistance from the mold exposure. So she was also having totally resistant weight loss that just wasn't impacted by anything that she tried, which is so common. Whenever there's inflammation that's affecting the brain, we see that a lot. So we're starting on the proper steps on how to actually go about looking for mold. Most people, without knowing, are hiring just like a regular home mold inspector instead of finding someone who's actually informed about mold as it pertains to your health. So we have the health mold inspector coming, and then we're going to be able to start amping up the detox. We just started with preliminary detox today, but we'll be able to start amping up the detox once there's no further mold coming into the body. That's a new exposure. We made sure all the detox pathways are open. We made sure all the nutrient deficiencies that mold causes are taken care of. And then we have the symptom relief, top-down support on board, because there's no need to suffer with all the symptoms that mold causes. If we can help with some of the bladder irritation and all of that in the meantime, before we're able to actually get the mold out of the body. So that's just one of the ways, one of the chronic inflammation patients that came up today. I'm Dr. Rachel, and I help people with chronic inflammation to actually figure out the root cause, go about it appropriately, do the correct order of operations, and get your life back.